Hello, students. My name is Rabbi Dr. Mordechai Smolarsek, and I'm here on behalf of the Names Not Numbers program. I want to begin by thanking you all for being involved in this very, very important program. A program that will not only change your lives, but it will reinforce an important period in the history of the Jewish people. And I truly believe that it is through the dissemination of the testimonies that you will take and you will film, and the film that you will produce, that it helps remind the world of what we're capable of, what humans are capable of. And it helps them remind the world to never let it happen again. You will be the last generation to be able to take testimony from first-hand witnesses, survivors of the Holocaust. And who are these survivors? First of all, you should know that for many years after World War II, survivors did not want to tell their stories. They didn't want to remember. They didn't want to inflict pain and suffering on their children or on their friends. And they kept quiet about it. But then Israel captured one of the most notorious Holocaust criminals, one of the most notorious war criminals in history, Adolf Eichmann. And they brought him to trial in Yerushalayim. And during that trial, survivors were called on to testify against this evil man. And once they started testifying, and once the trial was televised to the entire world, and once they saw their fellow survivors talking, and they realized the importance of telling this story, then survivors all over the world began to talk to their children and to their families. And eventually, they talked in front of the cameras of the Shoah Foundation. They talked to students like you. They took trips back to Poland and back to the camps to tell their stories. So these are people that are incredible. They suffered, and they're willing to share that experience with you. I often ask myself, why is it important to expose you? You're young people. You have a future ahead of you. Why is it important to expose you to the terrible, terrible history and the personal suffering of the Holocaust? And I think that this brings the answer to this question is another aspect of why survivors are so special. We live in a world where things are generally comfortable for us. This year, maybe not so much, but generally we live comfortable lives. And we kvetch and we complain and we pick apart so many small things that bother us. Trust me that after meeting a survivor and hearing their story, we will learn perseverance and grit. We will learn that we have everything to thank for, everything to be grateful for. Just like the survivors rebuilt their lives, so we too have to move on and live with hope and be strong. Names Not Numbers was a program that was developed by Mrs. Tova Rosenberg, a master educator, because she realized that the stories of the survivors have to be told. That was part of her rationale, as she has explained it to me many times. But she also realized that it's the young generation, the children, the students, you, who have to engage in telling that story. And why you? Because you are the future. You're the future of our people. And if you forget what happened to us in the past, then we are doomed to repeat it. So what are you going to experience and what are you going to learn in the Names Not Numbers program? So on a technical level, you're going to learn how to conduct an interview. You will have professionals who will be talking to you about how to ask questions, what are appropriate questions, what are inappropriate questions. You will learn how to respond to questions. Many times it's better to just remain silent and let the survivor talk further. Sometimes it's appropriate to move on to the next question. You will learn how to operate advanced filming equipment, cameras, sound, and you will learn how to edit a movie. And eventually you will produce a film that will serve as an incredible testimony to the experiences of the survivors in the Holocaust, and to, when you give testimonials and reflections on what you've experienced, it will be a testimony to have the impact of those interviews on you. I am very happy that you're doing this program, because perhaps for many of you, or for all of you, it is the first experience that you've had with doing something for the Jewish people, doing something for the Klal, doing something that is bigger than yourself. And I hope that through this program, you will continue to be those young people who grow into committed Jews who are committed to their communities and to Jewish continuity and to remembering Jewish history. I wish you all the best. I wish you all that you learn so much, and that this program literally changes your life for the better.